Hey everybody, I'm back with another video, and I'm going to talk today about compound calculators, compound interest calculators, and I'm going to talk about wealth potential over a lifetime, and wealth building tools and the simplicity of it, and how necessary it is for us to learn this as young people because it's really important. So right now I'm on this website, investor.gov, and it's a compound interest calculator. That's what this is. It shows you the potential of your money being used over time at certain interest rates and at certain, investment amounts. It shows you your potential. That's what I'm trying to say. It shows you your dream, your potential dream. So my dream, it's not my most important dream or anything like that. But as an individual, by the time I retire, I want to be very well off. I want to be wealthy. I want to be able to do whatever I want, really. And I think almost all of us want that. I'm not overly greedy or anything like that, but I want to retire, and I want to retire comfortably with dignity, and I want to, be able to give money to people, help people, and also live the best life I can. So this calculator shows you your potential for that. So we're going to throw in some numbers and calculate what our potential is as an individual investing in like the stock market or maybe real estate, but I'm more of a stock market guy. Let's talk about the stock market. So let's say we decide one day that we're going to start investing. We're 20 years old. Let's say I have $1,000 to my name. I'm going to throw $1,000 into a brokerage, something that I can buy stocks in. I'm going to throw $1,000 in there, and that day I'm going to buy an ETF or a mutual fund that tracks the S&P 500. So I'm going to throw in $1,000 right up here, 1,000, and on top of that, for the next 45 years, I am going to throw in $100 every single month into my investment portfolio. So there's my 100, and there's my 45. That's my 45 years. Now let's go and look at the S&P 500. What does it return? What's going to be our estimated interest rate? What is going to be our ROI per year? So here it says the average annual return since 1926 through 2018 is approximately 10 to 11%. And down here, that's where it says this right here. Down here it says on the Investopedia.com, it says from 1970 to 2020, there's been about a 10.83% return. And that's annually. So let's go into estimated interest rate, and let's just plug in 10% right now. That's what we're going to be a little bit conservative. That's what we're going to get for the next 45 years. We're going to get 10% return on our investment every year for the next 45 years. We're starting off with $1,000, and we're going to be throwing in $100 every single month, and that's going to be from our income. That's our savings essentially, and we're going to compound this annually. So let's calculate this, and in 45 years we'll have $935,000. That's almost $1 million, obviously. That's pretty dang good for retirement. I mean, of course there's going to be a lot of inflation between now and 45 years from now, but let's be real, $935,000, that's nothing to bat an eye at. That is a lot of money, and it sure as hell will be a lot of money 45 years from now still. So barring any insane incident, let's hope there's none of those. So that's a lot of money. That's what we can expect, and this initial investment and this monthly contribution and this interest rate, they're all very conservative numbers. So let's see what we can do if we up our numbers a little bit. Let's say we're still going to keep our initial investment of $1,000, but let's throw in $250 a month from our income, from our job. and let's keep it at 45 years because we're a 20-year-old and we still want to retire at 65. So let's keep it 45 years. And let's say this time, let's say we outperform the S&P 500 over the next 45 years. Let's say we get a 12% return, and we're going to keep this annual compounding. In 45 years, with a 12% return, and upping our monthly contribution to only $250, we will retire with $4.2 million. That is significant. That makes you a multimillionaire. And as I said before, there's going to be a lot of inflation from now until then, but $4.2 million is still $4.2 million. That is going to be a lot of money. You can't tell me otherwise. So what I'm getting at today is we need to dream. We need to teach our young people to dream, teach our young people the potential they have, especially with all the time they have in their life. We need to show people this. This is what needs to be the starting point for financial education. We don't need to say, this is what you have to do, this is the basics. We need to also show them the potential that they have, so that they become motivated to follow good financial practices. I truly believe that, because all of us young people out here, we have a ton of potential. We have so much time. There's so much going on in the market. There's good returns to be had. You can totally get a better return than 12% if you're a good stock picker or whatever. If you're smart, that's probably not for everybody. But what is for everybody is mutual funds and ETFs. Those are collections of stocks. So you're very diversified. I mean, you're probably over diversified, but it's safe and it's a good investment for sure for everybody. But I just wanted to make this video to help people dream. Let's just throw one more potential life, I guess, in there. Let's say we start with a $5,000. And the initial investment is honestly not the most important. The most important is the interest rate and the monthly contribution. So let's say we start with $5,000, and let's say we save $500, or we put $500 a month into our portfolio. Now, we're going to have a decent job for this probably, or we're going to have really low expenses, maybe a combination of the two. But this is certainly possible. People definitely do much better than this in the real world. They definitely can. A lot of people can put more than $500 a month into their portfolios. That is $6,000 a year. That's a lot of money, but that's definitely doable for a large percentage of the population. It is if you budget right, and we'll get into that in other videos. But that is possible. That is possible if you're very ambitious. Let's say that. Let's say you also love your job. So let's throw in another 5 years there. You are a 20-year-old and you're expecting to retire at 70 years old. We are going to be living longer for sure. So maybe you're really healthy. You're going to live to 100. So you have no problem retiring at 70. And let's say you get a 15% return. That is certainly doable. That's a good return. You're definitely a good investor at 15%. But it's doable for sure. So let's calculate that. We're going to keep it at annually. Let's calculate that out. Let's see what the results are. So in 50 years, you'd have $49 million. Now you're not going to be making you're going to be making a lot of progress, but you're not going to be making a ton of progress these first 20 years. But once you hit the year 30, I mean, you are up and away. I mean, the next 20 years from 30 to 50, you are making a ridiculous amount of progress, millions of dollars a year in some of these years for sure. Now, the market's not always going to be totally 10% or 12% or 15% every year. There's going to be bumps, but it's probably going to even out the next 50 years to around 10 or 11%. Let's say that. Because it has in the past. So we might as well say that for the future. So in the next 50 years, you'd retire with $49 million. That's pretty significant. that is a lot of money. Let's just say that. So it's important for us all to dream. It's important for us to see our potential. It's important for us to start early so that we have the best possible outcome later in life. So I'm 22 years old. I'm working on this right now. I guess I'll keep you updated on how I do. But yeah, I thought it was just important to show a video like this because we have a lot of potential as young people. There's a lot of time for us to make money, and we have to just know what's going on in the financial world. And not on a totally advanced level. We just have to be consistent. Let's just put it that way. Thank you for watching.